Yeah, this is Bang Bang Rail. Please press the like button and subscribe. Listen, I knew these a long time ago, yeah. We was talking about it today, my mate Terry, a guy called Farrell McGee. I mentioned him a few times, boxing. But Farrell was like a nice guy. He's just like, he was about 20, 23, 24, maybe 25 stone. He had his own tyre business, yeah. And he used to pick up tractor tyres, I'm not joking, above his head. The geezer was so strong, yeah. But he used to drink a lot, yeah. Drink a lot of Coca-Cola, fizzy drinks, beers and all that, yeah. And he wound up being a diabetic. He was massive, mate. He had wound up being a diabetic, and someone told me he got gangrene to the leg. And I don't know if he chopped it off or what, but I know he was in a bad way. But I've been told he's a lot better. That's what we were talking about today. But I can remember me and Farrell, yeah, when we was kids. We used to train together. And he was a good fighter, mate. He was a southpaw. And he used to go down Haverstock Hill. I loved it down there. But he used to train all over gyms. Down the gym I was at, London Transport, Handwall Boxing Clubs, Hayes Boxing Clubs. He used to, some Pancras Boxing. He used to travel all the time fighting, yeah. Good fighter, Farrell. Big man, yeah. And anyway, we was like talking about Haverstock Hill today. When he used to go down there, he was going to take me down Haverstock Hill. We used to go by train. And yeah, it was good, mate. And we used to get in there, and there'd be Joe Bugner there, there'd be Billy Ed there, you know, and it was good. It was Pat McCann, and there's quite a few fighters in there then as well. And it was a good gym, mate. And that was one of the best gyms around at the time. The Beckett was good, Thomas the Beckett. You had the Wellington Highgate, that was a good gym, but I think the Wellington Highgate was a bit old, a bit younger than the Haverstock Hill and the Beckett. I think Wellington just opened up later on, the Wellington Highgate, and there's some good fighters go to the Haverstock Hill. I mean, I've been a bit down here. Henry Cooper used to go to Haverstock Hill and train, you know, before he went to Thomas the Beckett. You got also Pat McCann, good fighter, Pat McCann, mate. He was a good fighter, Pat. I mean, I see him down there. He come from the same area I lived at, Harrow. Someone told me he died. He OD'd or something, I don't know. He got into drugs, Pat, but it was a shame, you know, because he was such a good boxer, mate. He could fight, mate. He could have a fight on the street as well, Pat. Fought with fighter, mate. And I see him down, he was with Bobby Neal. Bobby Neal was his trainer. And Bobby Neal used to put him right through it, you know. Fair play to him, mate. He was a good fighter. I liked Pat McCann. Who else you have? You have even Ali, you know. Ali, they reckon Ali used to train there. 1966, Ali used to train down the Noble Haverstock Hill, when he fought Brian London. Anybody remember Brian London? Brian London was a bit of a hard nut, you know. He was a hard man, Brian London. But I think Clay knocked him out the second or third round, something like that. It all comes back. He talked about things, and the people that are talking today know more about boxing than I do. But if they don't box, they just know more about it, you know. So I've written a few things down what they told me about, yeah. I mean, it's a Muhammad Ali fought Brian London, and he beat Brian, knocked him out in 1973. I mean, Joe Frazer, who trained down Haverstock Hill at the Noble Art, and in 1973, when he was going to fight Bugner. But I can remember Bugner training there in 1974, 73, 74. Maybe even before that, yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, it must have been before that, because we used to go down when I was a kid, you know, in the 60s and 70s, you know, we used to go down the Noble Art, you know what I mean? So that must have been well before. But yeah, I mean, you know, and also there's got one there about, what was it, Conti? Conti used to go down there with Joe Louis. Yeah, Conti used to train with Joe Louis. Joe Louis used to train him a bit. Yeah, it was, I mean, all that memories come back with people talking about it. We'll see everyone. Billy Walker. Anybody remember Billy Walker? Jack Bodell? You know, Jack Bodell? Yeah, mate. They were all them ones years ago. Jack Bodell, Billy Walker. There was some good Prescott, Johnny Prescott, all them fighters. People forget about them. They were proper fighters in them days. You know what I mean? And Billy Ed, is you know, in my time, Billy Ed, good fighter, Bill. I like Billy. And Bugner. I mean, I'm on about, what? When was it? I was what? 15, 16, 17. So what was that? 60, what, 67, 68? yeah, 67, 68, I used to go down HAVERSTOCK Hill and the Wellington Highgate, all them pubs, mate, and train as a young amateur. You know, go to the pro gyms. I mean, to do that, you know, takes a bit of bottle, you know what I mean? To train, get in with a good, I mean, look at, what's it called? It's, who else is there? That used to go down there, Gardner, John O. Gardner. John O. Gardner, fit fighter, mate. He was one of the fittest fighters I know, John O. Gardner. I mean, he had a lot of sponsors, you know, as an amateur, because you need your sponsors. If you ain't got no sponsorship, mate, it's hard work. And I never had no sponsorships, but I still train like a pro. Lots of floor work, lots of skipping, loads of sparring, mate. I mean, we used to spar 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 20, 15 rounds, and every time we went down the weekends, always sparring, mate. Sparring's the best, you know what I mean? You can't beat sparring, mate. I mean, that's the right way where you're learning all the time with sparring. You can get on the pads, you can get on the bag, but you don't learn a lot from that, you know? You learn more. Obviously, coordinations and all that, you learn, but on sparring is the best, yeah? Because you make a mistake at sparring, mate, you get hurt, you get hit, and you get hurt, yeah? So that's, you know, that I used to love sparring, mate. I loved it. Even when I went down the Wellington Highgate, I can remember, you know, like memories come, things go back. I'm not quite sure. Bunny Sterling, do you remember Bunny Sterling? I think he was down at Wellington. Conti was definitely down there because I used to see Conti go down and do a little bit of sparring. Conti, a good fighter, mate. Conti was a wicked fighter. He was cruel. When I say cruel, when he had someone, mate, when he had them, he'd hurt them, you know what I mean? He wouldn't let them fuck. Even sparring, if he hurt you, mate, he was on you. He was on you. I see him spar lots of times. I see him hurt people, and he was on it, yeah? But I'm only gutted. I went the other way. Instead of sticking to me fighting, me boxing, I thought it'd be better to do arm robberies, yeah? And what did you get? 10 grand, 15 grand. How long was that last year? Couple of weeks, couple of days. Do you know what I mean? As young kids doing silly things, you know, it just guts you really. That, you know, I never stuck to me fighting. You know, with boxing, I think I'd have been quite good. I think I could have been British European champion. I mean, Gardner, look where he went to. You know what I mean? I think me and Gardner was the same par. You know, but yeah, as I say, lots of sponsorship, Gardner. But I wasn't far behind him, mate. I said that now. Don't worry about that. Who's the other fighter? There's a fighter. Do you know what? It's a shame my head got a bit, you know what I mean? But some good fighters in my days. I mean, you had Howard James. Howard James used to be George Foreman's sparring partner. Howard James came over this country to an amateur. You know, changed his name and everything. His name was Howard James, but he changed it. That was his name when he came over here. And Howard James could bang. He was a good banger. Black geezer, bald head. He was, as I say, George Foreman's sparring partner, and he was good, mate. And I think I had Freddie Mac. I think he had Freddie Mac in his corner. I think it's Freddie Mac. And Freddie Mac said to me, I had the best peekaboo left hook he's ever seen since Floyd Patterson. Because I had a good left peekaboo left, bam, over the top. Yeah, I was good at that, mate. I was pretty good. That was a good punch of mine. But where I was lucky, you know, where I was lucky is the fact that I could bang. I mean, I was a good banger, mate. And, you know, Jimmy Tibbet, when I started training with Jimmy Tibbet, and when I came out of prison, I was gutted really to lose what I had, you know. The judge said that I could never turn pro and all this, that and the other, you know, and I was gutted because when I was down at Wellington Highgate, I mean, Georgie Francis, Mickey Duff, Jarvis, all them loved me, yeah. They all loved me, and I was a bit at it, and I was a fool, really. I was a fool, mate. I mean, they want me to turn pro with them, but I'm more interested in women than I was in fighting, and I matched it all up, you know. And I'm gutted, really, you know, because how many fighters was there around? There's a lot of fighters around them days, you know, good fighters as well. But I wanted to be one of them fighters, you know. I wanted to be one of them fighters. There was a guy called Dave Cooper. Was that his name? Black guy? Dave Cooper? I boxed him, Dave Cooper. What was his? I think it was David Cooper. Yeah, half-caste fella, a big curly hair. He got into the acting. We had a good fight, me and Dave Cooper. I'm not quite sure I lost to him. I'm not quite sure now. I can't really remember. Good fighter. And Harry Early. Harry Early was the tallest heavyweight in Great Britain. I think he was about 6'11". 6'11". He's 7 foot. I knocked him out with the left hook, peeky boot, bump over the top. Yeah. Dave Strong, he beat me. Dave Strong, as an unlicensed fighter, but that's my own fault. I can't make excuses, but it was my own fault. I took a black bomber, which I shouldn't have took. But anyway, that's beside the point. He hurt me. I mean, he hurt me so much that my nose bleed. I had nosebleeds. My ear, blood coming out of my ears and my eyes. So I had a bit of trouble with my head. I must have done it. It's still there now, you know what I mean? I ain't got rid of that trouble with my head. You know, yeah, he gave me a bit of concussion. As I say, blood coming out my ears, blood coming out my eyes. So I should have gone somewhere about it, but I didn't. I just carried on sparring and going down to Beckett with Jimmy. And I used to love sparring. Was the best thing forever that I'd ever did, yeah. My hands are quite fast, you know, for a big man. They was very fast. I had a jab. My jab's like a right hand, believe it or not. My jab's very, very powerful. Very powerful. I've got lots. My arms don't buckle. Whoop. My arms are very powerful, very straight, yeah. And if I hit you with a hook, mate, it's all over. If I hook you, it's all over. You're down and out, mate. I'm not being big-headed. But you get in the ring with Bugner, Billy Head. I just found out that Frazer, Frazer was going down there, you know, and he was training down there. But I think it must have been my YP then or whatever. I can't remember, my ball stall. Because in 66, yeah, in 1966, I was 15, going on 16. So that was about the time I was to go down Haverstock Hill. That was the time Clay was training for London, for Brian London. So Bugner, I can't remember what time that was with Bugner. It must have been 68, 69, something like that. I'm not quite sure when he was going to fight Clay. I'm not quite sure anyway, but I was around that time, you know what I mean? But it guts is it, you know what I mean? You miss it all. You miss it all, and I'm only gutted that I never become a British and European champion. I mean, I could have fought. I wasn't fighting with anybody. I mean, I could take a bang on the chin. I've hit the floor. I've hit the ring floor a few times. You know what I mean? But we all get up. I mean, you got to get up, don't you? You stay down after the count of 8 or count of 6 or count of 7. You come back, don't you? You come back strong. It's only a matter of seeing a punch. Once you hit, someone hits you with that punch you don't see, mate. It's on the side of the head or round by the ear. You're in a bit of trouble. You know what I mean? But if you can get up and fight and win, that's a man, mate. I won't give up. You know what I mean? I won't give up. I never used to give up. I ain't one of them people who are going to stand on the canvas and go, that's it. You know, I'm up. If I get beat, I get beat. But I ain't gonna buckle down like that. You know what I mean? Anyway, I've said too much, and this is Bang Bang Radio. Please like and subscribe. It's only about little fighters. So anyway, take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.